in the next couple of months capture 75% of Gaza.
In order to fix what is going wrong in Gaza, you have to own Gaza.
Narrow the area where Palestinians can live to about a quarter.
Let's hop into one of the more wild Fox News segments I've ever seen, and them covering the genocide ongoing in Gaza. So take a moment first to leave us a like on the video. It gives us a huge boost in the algorithm. We really appreciate it. And buckle up. We're going to hop right in.
Army veteran and battalion commander. He's also a former Black Hawk helicopter pilot and executive director of Restore Liberty. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. We appreciate it. Let's begin with Israel. You know, the plan right now for the Israeli military is to, in the next couple of months, capture 75% of Gaza and really narrow the area where Palestinians can live to about a quarter of the land. At the same time, the military is working on a U.S.-backed plan to get aid in there. However, the UN is very concerned about part of this plan that would have Palestinians, a member of each Palestinian family, a representative, going to receive this aid. The UN says that could be dangerous.
For just a brief second, let's put aside the fact she just so casually said Israel will be taking 75% of Gaza, as if that's not a big deal. And just remember that there's a ceasefire going on right now, of which Israel has broke multiple times, spent the entirety of it foaming at the mouth at how they're going to fully ethnically cleanse the Palestinians. You see in the clip I just showed you, the headline was "Dozens Killed in Israeli Strike in Gaza." And it's insane that as this is going on, no one's reporting on Israel breaking the ceasefire, but Fox News is instead casually stating in support, as you'll clearly see with this next clip, that yeah, Israel is going to take 75% of Gaza without labeling this a genocide, ethnic cleansing, wrong, illegal, anything. Just, yeah, here's this thing they're going to do, guys.
In order to fix what is going wrong in Gaza, you have to own Gaza. And 75% of it, in this case, of course, with what Israel is planning right now. And I think that's the right answer. Nobody likes to see what is happening in this conflict on either side, especially with children. But if you wanted to solve that, Hamas could easily surrender and give up their hostages and lay down their arms and let the aid flow freely, and then that wouldn't be a problem. And second of all, the United Nations has been a big part of the problem in Gaza for a very long time under UNRWA and other organizations, where they've embedded themselves with Hamas and with the kind of people that Israel is trying to eliminate there.
Right, guys, because clearly more aggressive forms of the things that sparked violence in the first place will certainly de-escalate the violence. The problem with the whole Hamas surrenders and this is all over kind of tagline is that the conflict predates Hamas, where it was still an Israeli occupation and apartheid prior to Hamas existing or being in power. This has been decades-long systemic oppression carried out by the Israelis on the basis of race, ethnicity, and religion. That's not me, that's per the ICJ. Every day since 1967 has been that. At first, it was about striking back. We're talking about the genocide now, was about striking back in a way that Hamas knew better than to try October the 7th again. They did that. Then it was, well, now Hamas has to be completely decimated or we won't stop. Now the entirety of Hamas leadership is decimated. Those who took part in October the 7th are dead. And the goalpost is now moved to controlling 75% of Gaza. It will never end until they kill them all.
Netanyahu now receiving increasing international pressure to come to some sort of agreement here, some sort of ceasefire. And the president just this weekend saying it's time for this thing to be over. The backdrop also, we can't forget, includes the negotiations going on with Iran. And the Homeland Security Secretary addressed that on Fox and Friends this morning. Take a listen. Call for number 3, guys.
We're on a short time frame here as well. We aren't talking weeks and months and years before President Trump will make a decision on what's going to happen with Iran. They've been given a very short time frame, a matter of days. And I asked the Prime Minister to work with President Trump to make sure that we were making wise decisions together.
Anytime we discuss Iran or they're brought into the mix of a Middle East conversation, we must first point out that we're only in this position of desperately threatening Iran in hopes they agree to a nuclear deal because Trump pulled us out of the wonderful Obama-led nuclear deal with Iran we already had, like a dumbass, where in an already heightened Middle East, he's now threatening to bomb Iran, something he did in his last term, and it got 3 U.S. soldiers killed in a retaliation attack mind you, all while offering U.S. troops to help annex Gaza as well, something that will undoubtedly put them in danger, in harm's way. That lack of foreign policy deal-making chops we've seen from the Trump administration is shocking. I mean, it's become glaringly obvious he has no idea what he's talking about or doing at this point. And I think Joe Biden should probably have more respect put on his name for the way he was able to steer us geopolitically.